Hey everyone, it is Misty from Welch's Workshop, and today we are going to be doing a brief tutorial on our Shabby clip kits. So if you purchase a kit from our website, you can find them in the DIY kit section under hardware, and you will receive a kit that looks just like this. These come with enough material to make 15 different hair clips, and you can combine them however you want. We do have suggestions, with our fall kit, we put it together before. We do have suggestions. You're gonna get shabby flowers, a bunch of different size felt circles, and you're gonna get all different clips so that you can try out everything that we carry in the shop. So we put a great variety of these in the shop, and you can figure out which ones suit your projects the best. So when you open this up, you're also going to need a hot glue gun, a lighter, and some scissors. That's it. You don't have to measure anything, and you can separate it by your circles and your clips. And then you want to do your layout of how you want to match up all your flowers, which again just goes by however you'd like to do it. You'll have different prints, solids, and you'll have two sizes. You'll have the big ones and you'll have the petites. The biggest part of this project is trimming down your shabby flowers, and we try and make this as simple and as quick as possible. So when you do these, all you're gonna do is you're gonna trim the mesh. If you look on the back, you can see the threading, and that's what holds the flower together, and you wanna try your hardest not to clip it. If you do, it doesn't mean that the flower is completely ruined, but if you get too far into it, you will start actually clipping the flowers to the point where you won't be able to use it anymore. The fortunate part about learning on these is that they are so inexpensive. You can get full yards of these for, super cheap, like $1.75 for solids, and you'll get a whole bunch of flowers to play with. So if you mess it up, it's not a complete loss. The first thing that I do is I get really close on the top. I pull the mesh back. You can pull it back like that, or you can just trim around, and you want to get all the excess off first. You don't have to get too close, and you definitely do not have to get in between the petals. Okay, so you just trim off the excess there. Then you're gonna take your lighter and you're gonna go around it quick in between each petal, and that'll pull the mesh back. It'll melt it back. Don't set your flower on fire. It can happen, I've done it. Burn the edges of it. Okay, so now you'll see that it is perfectly trimmed all the way around, and if you're picky or particular, you can get in there with little scissors, but you see it pulls it all the way back to where that lining is of where it's sewn. So you want to go through and you want to trim all of your flowers back. So just a really quick cut around the edges. This is just extra chiffon because when they're made, they're sewn all together. So you can just clip that off. Just go around them really quick. And you want to go through and you want to trim all of your shabbies before you do anything else. So trim that, take your lighter, and just get in between all of those. Yep, I set that one on fire. Awesome. Just want to get down in between all of those petals, okay? And then this can easily be covered up with another flower. I can still use it. So you want to go through, you want to trim all your flowers down, get rid of your mess. Okay, done with the lighter. And then you want to go through and you want to design how they're going to look when they're done. So we include a bobby pin with a mount on it. We have a whole bunch of different snap clips. This is what they look like when they're done. We have a little mini snap clip, or you're just going to put a small petite one on there. We have a double prong. We have a bunch of longer ones. This is where your oblong pads will come into place, and I'll go over each one of these individually. This is where your pads come in, like this. You've got a single prong clip, more French barrettes, and long clips. So these are all different ways that you can use them. Now, if you're gonna do something with the long ones, you're gonna glue everything to your pad first. So for this one, I'm gonna do actually these two together, and I'm gonna cover up that little bit of mess that I made. So this is what it's gonna look like when it's done, and you want your pad to be centered in the flowers there. You've got your circles on the back for reference. So all you have to do is line your pad, and then I will do this one first, centered there. Flip it over so I can see what the final product will look like, and then go ahead and layer that on top. So that it's all glued down to the pad. And what I like to do to make sure that it's not doing this is also throw a little bit of glue on the top there and then glue them. This is a messy glue gun. And then glue them together. Okay, so you've got that there. And then all you're gonna do is line up your clip on the back, which way you want it to be facing. Go ahead and put a line of glue on there. Center that on your pad. And then clean up any of your glue strings. And then that one is all done, and you've got yourself a nice long alligator clip with 2 big flowers there. And that's it for the long clips. For these, you can do the same thing with a pad. You can still center the pad on there as far as sizing goes, like that. So you can do a big one and a small one, like this. Need to clean up some of this mess. Okay, so that is it for the long ones here. And you've got all different sizes of clips in here, so you can be doing it like that. Da, 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 da. For this one, you can just put one flower. So all you would do is you would take a felt circle like this, hot glue it to the center, and then center that on the back, and you've got yourself a clip after, of course, that you've trimmed down all of your flowers. So that being said, you can also do the same thing for your French barrettes, whether you have this size or we also carry them in a larger size. Same deal here, where you would glue your flowers to the pad first, and then you're gonna glue them to the clip centered. And here you can see an example. So we've got 2 big flowers there. They're glued together like that, and then they're on the French barrette on the back. That's what the back is gonna look like. So if you are doing your snap clips, what I like to do for the snap clips is I like to put the felt circle on the back, and then I just glue them on the edge of the snap clips so that the snap is still accessible for mom, so she can put it in baby's hair or your daughter's hair or whatever you're using it for. So go ahead and trim this back nice and quick. Okay, you're gonna take a felt circle, you're gonna line it with glue. You're gonna center it on the back of your flower. Now when you do this, you don't wanna smash it down too hard because the glue goes through and then your the chiffon in here will actually catch. So you just wanna kinda do it gently and then rub it out on the top so that it comes out nice and fluffy. Again, it should look like a flower there on top. Okay, and then when I do my snap clips, I just do them on the edge here. So this is what they're gonna look like when they're done, like this, just on the edge, so that the clip is still visible and it's easy to go in and out of the hair that way. So all I'm gonna do is take a little bit of glue here in the center, take this here, and then if you want, you can clean up the excess glue. I like to wait until it's completely dry and then I pick it off, but if you do too much smearing and wiping, it gets all over the clip and it can make itself a little bit dirty. And then that is what it'll look like when it is all done. So that's for the snap clips. You can do that for the rectangle one and the same thing for the big ones here. So the only thing we have left is the alligator clips and the bobby pin mount. So for the bobby pin mount, I like to do a small flower, but you can definitely do big ones as well. Let me see if I have any trimmed in here. Okay, this one's already trimmed. So you trim your flower down. You want to go ahead and burn the edges. And you're going to take a felt circle. Align that with glue. Center that on your flower. Again, you would push it down here and then flip it over right away and go ahead and start fluffing up your flower. That way it doesn't catch on the hot glue. And this one is super easy. You're going to take your mount facing up like this. Throw some glue on there, and then I like to put it dead center in the middle of that circle. Hold that in there, clean up your glue, and then you've got your bobby pin. These can go on lapels. They can also go like on the pockets. They can go in your hair. They can go in your purse. All different ways that you can accessorize with these. And then again, like I said, you just want to make sure that that glue doesn't catch in the center. Now, I do my single prong and double prong just a little bit different because of this hole in the middle. The hot glue can go through there and it can be a little messy. So I'm gonna take a flower here that I already have trimmed, okay? And I'm going to, just wanna make sure that's how we just did one. Yep, okay. So, when you do these, everyone has their own preference of whether or not you want to go this way or you want to go this way. I'm going to do it flat. I do think that it makes it just a little bit easier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go the back side first. Okay. So I'm going to stick this inside here and then I'm going to glue the entire thing to the flower with the clip already in there. Okay. Go back through, fluff that up a little bit so it's nice and not like that. And then what that does is, like I said, it prevents the glue from going through, seeping through and making a mess all over your clip. You don't have that same kind of hole in the rest of them, but specifically for these you do. So I do the felt circle right in there, and then you can go back through, like I missed a little bit of glue there, you can go back through and touch it up, just throw a little bit of glue in, and then clean that up when you are all done. So that should cover all the different styles of clips, the different sizes. We do suggest a 1-inch felt circle for our petites and a 1.5 inch or a 1 1/4 for our larger ones here. Just and you do have that point of reference because of the way they're sewn. There's always a circle on the back. If anybody has any questions, you can leave some comments here on the video. This will be, or there's other tutorials on our YouTube channel, and there are shabby kits available on our website at www.welchesworkshop.com. Thank you.